I was pushed from behind into a bedroom across from the bathroom. I couldn't see who pushed me. Brett and Mark came into the bedroom and locked the door behind them.
Dr. Christine Blasey Ford speaking in front of a packed hearing room and a riveted nation about the incident she says has haunted her for decades.
I was pushed onto the bed and Brett got on top of me. He began running his hands over my body and grinding into me.
I've never sexually assaulted anyone, not in high school, not in college, not ever.
She was followed by the man she has accused of sexual assault, a visibly furious Judge Brett Kavanaugh, whose nomination to the Supreme Court tonight hangs in the balance.
I will not be intimidated into withdrawing from this process.
The 9-hour hearing leaving us with two utterly irreconcilable versions of the truth and a distillation of America's angry and ugly politics.
You've got nothing to apologize for. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics.
Whatever side you're on, well, this is American politics.
At its worst. Everybody has lost, particularly the institutions of the United States Senate and maybe the Supreme Court.
After weeks of anticipation and negotiations, Dr. Ford walked into the Senate Judiciary hearing room at 10 o'clock this morning.
I am here today not because I want to be. I am terrified. I am here because I believe it is my civic duty to tell you what happened to me while Brett Kavanaugh and I were in high school.
It was the first time America has heard Ford's voice as she described in graphic detail what she calls an attempted rape at a small house party back in the summer of 1982.
Brett groped me and tried to take off my clothes. He had a hard time because he was very inebriated and because I was wearing a one-piece bathing suit underneath my clothing. I believed he was going to rape me. I tried to yell for help. When I did, Brett put his hand over my mouth to stop me from yelling. This is what terrified me the most and has had the most lasting impact on my life. It was hard for me to breathe, and I thought that Brett was accidentally going to kill me. I don't have all the answers, and I don't remember as much as I would like to.
What is the strongest memory you have?
The laughter, the uproarious laughter between the two, and they're having fun at my expense.
I found Dr. Ford extremely credible, not only because of her demeanor, but because of the detailed fact pattern that she put out.
I'm asking you to address this new defense of mistaken identity directly. Dr. Ford, with what degree of certainty do you believe Brett Kavanaugh assaulted you?
100%.
How are you so sure that it was he?
The same way that I'm sure that I'm talking to you right now. It's just basic memory functions, and also just the level of norepinephrine and epinephrine in the brain that sort of, as you know, encodes, that neurotransmitter encodes memories into the hippocampus, and so the trauma-related experience then is kind of locked there, whereas other details kind of drift.
Democrats also calling for Kavanaugh's alleged accomplice, his high school friend Mark Judge, to be subpoenaed. Not one of the 11 male Republican senators on the committee asked a direct question of Dr. Ford. Instead, they sat behind Rachel Mitchell, a prosecutor from Arizona specializing in sex crimes.
Good morning, Dr. Ford.
Hi.
She immediately struck a gentle tone with Ford.
The first thing that struck me from your statement this morning was that you were terrified, and I just wanted to let you know I'm very sorry. That's not right.
While the Republicans sat in silence, the Democrats heaped praise on Ford.
You are opening up to open-air hurt and pain that goes on across this country. And for that, the word I would use, it's nothing short of heroic.
Bravery is contagious. Indeed, that's the driving force behind the Me Too movement.
She came in there looking like the girl next door, sat down, with her hair in her face, and then she found her voice, and she just told her story.
By the time Brett Kavanaugh walked down the hall to testify, holding his wife's hand, many were predicting his nomination to the high court was all but dead.
By the end of her testimony, it seemed like Kavanaugh was in really serious trouble.
Totally. The messages we were getting from the Hill and from people at the White House was that the Republicans leaving their questioning to this prosecutor had made a mistake, that she had done a great job, and that Kavanaugh could be in really deep trouble.
This confirmation process has become a national disgrace. You have replaced advice and consent with search and destroy.
Kavanaugh came out swinging. He defended himself, displaying not only seething anger, but also anguished emotion.
I've never sexually assaulted Dr. Ford or anyone. Again, I am not questioning that Dr. Ford may have been sexually assaulted by some person in some place at some time.
The judge did what few, if any, Supreme Court nominees have ever done, engaging in bare-knuckle partisan politics.
This grotesque and coordinated character assassination will dissuade competent and good people of all political persuasions from serving our country.
Just this week, two more women, Deborah Ramirez and Julie Swetnick, have accused Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct during high school and college and given sworn statements. Kavanaugh has also denied their allegations.
All three of these women have asked the FBI to investigate their claims. Why aren't you also asking the FBI to investigate these claims?
Senator, I'll do whatever the committee wants.
What you're saying, if I understand it, is that the allegations by Dr. Ford, Ms. Ramirez, and Ms. Swetnick are wrong.
That is emphatically what I'm saying. Emphatically. The Swetnick thing is a joke. That is a farce.
It's really striking to me that he wasn't only angry and aggressive, but belligerent and disrespectful, especially in his exchanges with some of the female senators. The temperament that I saw would disqualify him from sitting on that court.
Kavanaugh got especially prickly under questioning from Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar, one of only 4 women on the committee.
You're saying there's never been a case where you drank so much that you didn't remember what happened the night before or part of what happened?
You're asking about, blackout. I don't know. Have you?
Could you answer the question, Judge? That's not happened. Is that your answer?
Yeah, and I'm curious if you have.
I have no drinking problem, Judge.
Yeah, nor do I.
Okay, thank you.
We're taking a break now.
After a quick recess, Kavanaugh returned and immediately apologized.
Just going to say, I started my last colloquy by saying to Senator Klobuchar how much I respect her and respected what she did at the last hearing, and she asked me a question at the end that I responded by asking her a question, and sorry I did that. This is tough process. I'm sorry about that.
I appreciate that.
Republicans had opted to let prosecutor Rachel Mitchell do the questioning.
Have you ever engaged in sexual behavior with Dr. Ford, even if it was consensual?
No.
But that all changed after this back and forth between Kavanaugh and Illinois Democrat Dick Durbin.
Why would you resist that kind of investigation?
Senator, I wanted the hearing last week.
I'm asking about the FBI investigation.
The committee figures out how to ask the questions. I'll do whatever. I've been on the phone multiple times with committee counsel. I'll talk to...
Judge Kavanaugh, will you support an FBI investigation right now?
I will do whatever the committee wants to...
Personally, do you think that's the best thing for us to do? You want to answer?
Look, Senator.
That exchange sparked an explosion of emotion from Republican Lindsey Graham.
If you wanted an FBI investigation, you could have come to us. What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open, and hope you win in 2020. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics. You have interacted with professional women all your life, not one accusation. You're supposed to be Bill Cosby when you're a junior and senior in high school. And all of a sudden you got over it.
Judge, I can't think of a more embarrassing scandal for the United States Senate since the McCarthy hearings. Judge Kavanaugh, thank you very much. Hearing adjourned.
As the hearing drew to a close, it became very clear that the White House was pleased. President Trump tweeting Judge Kavanaugh showed America exactly why I nominated him. His testimony was powerful, honest, and riveting. Democrats' search and destroy strategy is disgraceful, and this process has been a total sham, an effort to delay, obstruct, and resist. The Senate must vote.
Not only is this White House going to press forward for this confirmation to move forward, they're going to press for this vote to happen almost immediately.
A committee vote is scheduled for tomorrow morning, and a vote from the full Senate may happen as soon as next week.
We'll recognize that there is doubt. We'll never move beyond that. And just have a little humility on that front. So, thank you.
Republican Senator Jeff Flake is one of the key undecideds, a group that also includes fellow Republicans Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, along with Democrat Joe Manchin.
The real bottom line is, who do you believe here? Do you believe Judge Kavanaugh, or do you believe Christine Ford? And that's the decision the Senate has to make. And only a few people are even open to making that decision. All the rest of them are set in stone.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.